Yo, what is up guys, Ben here. I hope you all enjoyed that. Now we're going to move on to the more in-depth full review of the brand new iPhone 6s. So let's get started. So as you can see, I chose to get the 16GB gold model, and while it looks exactly like the old iPhone 6, it still is absolutely gorgeous. It's thin, light, comfortable hold, and just looks amazing. It's everything you've come to expect from the old iPhone 6, just with a little S logo on the back. Now this comes in 4 colors: space gray, silver, gold, which is what I have here, and a new rose gold color. Apple also used a new 7000 series aluminum and Ion X glass to hopefully make this phone a little bit more durable than the old one, at the cost of a few grams of added weight. Now while there aren't a lot of changes on the outside, Apple sure packed a ton of new features on the inside of this iPhone 6s. To start, this thing is finally rocking 2 gigs of RAM, up from Apple's previous 1GB of RAM. It is powered by Apple's new 64-bit A9 processor, which is supposed to get double the performance CPU and GPU wise of their old phone, and has even been seen to surpass the iPad Air 2 and even Apple's Retina MacBook. This new powerhouse is perfect for playing games, some of which include Apple's new Force Touch feature, which we'll get into in a minute. But most importantly, these amazing specs mean that your phone will be running buttery smooth for a long time. For the most part, all other specs of the iPhone 6s are the same as its predecessor, the iPhone 6, which unfortunately includes, yes, the battery life. But perhaps more importantly than its new specs and design, Apple has announced 2 major new features with this iPhone 6s. Its improved camera and a new feature called 3D Touch. So let's jump right into those. Apple put a new 12-megapixel sensor on the back and dramatically improved the 5-megapixel shooter on the front for even better selfies. This 4-megapixel boost in both the front and the rear, coupled with a plethora of other enhancements, add up to give you an even more incredible photo experience. You can see by some of these samples that there's a ton of detail with more pixels and still plenty of color and contrast. On top of this, the new camera also supports 4K, which is 4 times the resolution of 1080p. Videos now look even more detailed and stunning, and may even be qualified to be part of #TeamCrispy. In this next clip, I'll show you some of my sample 4K videos I shot on this device, just to get a feel of how it works, how its focusing is, and how it just shoots in general. Down, roll over, hokey pokey, and turn yourself around. Okay, now we're gonna do bag, good boy. Oh, you missed. Good boy. Now on top of the raw spec improvements of this camera, Apple also added a few new features to the camera app that improves the versatility of the iPhone's camera. The 2 main features include Apple's new front-facing flash for when you're taking selfies, which isn't really that big, but its biggest feature is the introduction of live photos. What Apple did with live photos is it basically takes a short few-second clip, a video clip, before and after you take the photo. So if you, let's say, take a photo of a moving object, you can see its movement without actually having to take a whole video. It does it automatically. And Apple claims to do this without taking up more than double the space of a single photo. As you flip through your photos, images have a brief sense of life, and force pressing on the photo will show you the whole short video that was taken. But let's move on from the camera to probably the biggest new feature with this iPhone 6s, and that is 3D Touch. 3D Touch creates a new level of immersion that's a rarity on today's market. Essentially, it allows you to access different functions within an app in a more faster and intuitive way. To do this, you simply press harder on an already existing button or icon to bring up some sort of submenu. Layers below the screen are able to sense force and can tell the difference between a tap, a press and hold, and a force press. And the new haptic engine in this device can give you a haptic feedback, so you know when you're making a force press. For example, you can press down on an email to peek into it, and when you find one that you actually want to view, you can push harder and pop into it. Also, when you're peeking at a page, you can swipe down for more options. This works across the entire OS, and even on the home screen. While this feature doesn't allow you to do anything radically new, it does allow you to do existing things faster and more intuitively. And this makes sense since this is an S update. It's not supposed to be a complete redesign of the whole phone experience, it's just supposed to be minor improvements that add to the usability and just overall enjoyability of the iPhone experience. So that about wraps it up. With a more sturdy design, faster hardware, better camera, and 3D touch, the iPhone 6s is an overall great phone. But it's not enough to upgrade from an iPhone 6 to a 6s. Also, if battery life is a big concern for you, I would hold off until the iPhone 7. However, this is an excellent phone to upgrade from an iPhone 5s or earlier. So thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button and also comment down below on what you thought of this video. Also, subscribe because there's a new iPad and a new Apple TV, both of which I plan on checking out. So anyway, thanks, subscribe, and peace out. Look.